Hello you guys, and welcome to Abundantly Minimal. My name is Sarah, and today I'm going to be completing the Daily Dozen Challenge, which is put together by Dr. Michael Greger of nutritionfacts.org. Basically, the idea is he's come up with a list of basically a dozen things to make sure you are including as part of your day or part of your diet to live an optimal life and be very healthy. So the challenge actually uses the Daily Dozen app. I have it open right here. But basically, you are looking at what number of servings you need of these really healthy things, which includes beans, berries, other fruits, cruciferous vegetables, greens, other vegetables, flax seeds, nuts, spices, whole grains, beverages, and exercise, with 2 additional categories for vitamin B12 and vitamin D. So with this, how it works is I'm going to be trying to hit all of these requirements today. If I do succeed, then I have completed the challenge, but if not, I do have to donate $12 to nutritionfacts.org with Dr. Greger, which honestly is a great organization anyway, so I will probably do that anyway, but still gonna try to complete the challenge as best as I can. So that's our focus today. So for breakfast today, it's not the most attractive looking smoothie, but I do have a smoothie. This is sort of a modified version of the one that's in my cookbook. I added blueberries to it, which is why like the blue and the green has made this pretty color. And I also add a little bit of matcha powder just for the extra antioxidants, and I really like the taste of it. So almond milk, frozen bananas, blueberries, spinach. I did also add a bit of protein powder that has some greens powder built in. So I'm gonna be having this for breakfast. That is good. And then in addition to that, for like food part, I've got a Larabar here, and with the Larabar, that will be like my nuts and seeds, because this is the chocolate chip cookie flavor, and this one, the #1 ingredient is cashews, followed by dates. So with the dates, those would kind of count as like half a serving of fruit here for the portion, and I ended up doing about 1.5 bananas in this, so that will kind of balance out my servings of fruit. So with breakfast today, I can check off berries. I can check off 2 servings of other fruits because of the bananas as well as the dates. I can check off greens because I added a cup of spinach to this, and then I can cross off nuts. And one thing I did not share is so far this morning I've had about 12 ounces of water, a little bit with some tea before I left the house today, and then some water in my water bottle right now. I will say, recently, Jake had broken a glass water bottle that we had, so he replaced it with a stainless steel bottle just because then there's no risk of it dropping and breaking. But I actually ended up getting one too because I love how insulating they are. The idea is that when you put something in here, it will stay at that same temperature for 24 hours if it's cold and 12 hours if it is hot. And so I've been amazed, like this has been sitting in a hot car, like for different events, or even just, you know, while I'm sleeping, when I wake up, the water is still cold, which is super cool. I've kept a like pitcher or carafe of water in the fridge that I used to fill it up because this is one situation where, since it's so insulated, if you put room temperature water in, it's gonna stay at room temperature. So something to keep in mind, but if you're someone who really enjoys cold water, I would highly recommend one of these. This one was just purchased at like TJ Maxx, Marshalls. They had pretty good prices, but I'll link a few in the description field if you're interested to check them out because I am already loving this for the summer and I've only had it for a couple of days. All right guys, continuing with my Daily Dozen Challenge. I'm actually at home now, but I'm just eating lunch now. Slight change of plans happened during the day. We were doing a different schedule, and with that different schedule, I was actually covering lunch duty for someone and supervising the kids during lunch. But then also, normally you would eat your lunch during that time while supervising, but I had a bunch of students in my room for Ramadan who were fasting, and so just out of consideration for that, and also it ended up being 45 kids in the room, which is way too much, so I had to be much more vigilant in terms of monitoring the classroom during those like 15-minute increments where one group of kids was eating lunch and then they switched. So long story short, I didn't have time to eat my lunch at school. We just got home. I'm not too hungry since the smoothie was really filling and the Larabar also was pretty filling. So I actually have an even better lunch now than I would have had. Very similar. I have some hummus toast here, 2 pieces of some whole wheat bread with hummus. There's actually a recipe in my cookbook, which I will link below if you are interested It is actually now on Amazon too. So more options if you didn't want to buy like just with a PayPal account, you can actually purchase it on Amazon now for $10 and topped with tomato. I'm also going to add, this is a spice blend I really enjoy from Trader Joe's. It is everything but the bagel sesame seasoning blend. And if you enjoy everything bagels, you will love this seasoning blend. It is so good. So I'm topping it off with some of that. And then I'm also, just to round out like the serving of vegetables, I'm having a few carrot chips as well. For some reason, I just really enjoy the carrot chips with a little bit more hummus. So yeah, with my hummus recipe, honestly, like it's so simple, but it is delicious, ridiculously delicious, and oil-free. So I'm going to enjoy eating this. And when we go into our app here for the Daily Dozen, we've got 2 servings of whole grains because I'm having 2 slices of bread. Beverages, I have had more water since that time. I've had another bottle, which is 14 ounces, so I'm going to check off another one of those. Add other vegetables with the carrots and tomatoes here. I'm counting that as another serving of vegetables. And the hummus counts as serving of beans. So now I'm up to 11 out of the 24 things I need. Hello, you guys. Jake's here with me now.
Hello.
And lots of birds, my goodness. So as far as a quick update, I just went to my Pure Barre class, which was my exercise for the day. So I checked that off the Daily Dozen, but it's too nice outside, so we are currently on a walk. I also have, I'll take the water. I also drank another one of these, so now, actually 2 of them I think, so I'm up to 4 now, and we're getting our vitamin D, even though right now this is a shady spot for filming. So we will touch base with dinner. All right, you guys, we have finished our walk, and now, I guess this is kind of like our first dinner, just a quick thing. So I'm going to have some like burger wraps. I broke up 2 of my chickpea black bean burger patties that are in the cookbook as well. And I will be wrapping them in some romaine leaves, as well as putting some tomato and some barbecue sauce on them as well. So this will be a good meal for right now, and this will help me take care of my second serving of greens, as well as my 2 remaining servings of beans, and it will take care of my other serving of whole grains, since there are some breadcrumbs in the burger. So I'm going to eat these, and pretty easy to assemble them. This is a great hack if you want to eat less bread or you're trying to really bump up the nutrient load. I just simply take a romaine leaf. I cut the 2 patties into 4ths, put it in there. I'll add the tomato. I guess it gets a little messy. And then you pour a little bit of the barbecue sauce on, and then just kind of like fold them up a little bit, and you've got a little lettuce wrap. The tops of the lettuce weren't looking very good, so I had to cut those off. So normally I'd have a little bit more to work with, a little bit more to wrap, but this will work just fine for right now. Hello again, you guys. So I have showered and I'm now getting ready for my final, I guess, meal slash dessert of the day. So when I was looking at the Daily Dozen app, this is the things that I still need. Other fruits, 1 serving, cruciferous vegetables, another serving of vegetables, flax seeds, turmeric, and then still another water, which I'm not concerned about. So, and vitamin B12, which I'll take a little bit later. And so I was trying to figure out what I could eat that would have all of these things in them, including like the cruciferous vegetables. So what I put together, I have not tried it yet. I'm not sure if it's gonna be any good, but I managed to get all of those remaining things in one dish. In several Asian cultures, such as Thailand when we went there, a popular dessert is like sticky rice. It's usually like a rice that has a lot more starch and mixed with like coconut milk, often with some sweetness, and there's often mango with it. So I went with that sort of theme and made some sort of porridge-like thing, actually with cauliflower rice. I don't know if you can get a really good angle on there. So with this, it's cauliflower rice. I did 2 servings worth, so it would count as both my cruciferous vegetable as well as just like other vegetable. I added mango to count as my other fruit. I had some frozen mango that I cooked with it. I added turmeric, which is why it's got a yellow color here. For the turmeric, I wasn't using straight up turmeric. I had a little bit left of this golden milk mix, which doesn't actually have any dairy in it. It was a blend of things like turmeric, date palm fruit, cardamom seed, ashwagandha root, vanilla bean, black pepper fruit. So it was a mix of those things, but turmeric's the main part and that's where it gets the yellow color. So I added a serving of this. I also added the flax seeds. So I also cooked it in some almond milk. So I really have no idea how it tastes. I also, for sweetness, added some maple syrup and I added some vanilla extract too. So I don't know. I'm going to eat this. I mean, it does, if I eat this here, then I officially meet all the requirements for the Daily Dozen Challenge. And also it should be kind of like a dessert, which I'm definitely craving something sweet right now. So I'm gonna give it a try here. Again, I have no idea how this is gonna taste. You know, it's actually pretty good. I wish I cooked the cauliflower rice longer. I was just cooking it from raw, and I think I cooked it about 15 to 20 minutes, like simmering in the almond milk. But it definitely could be softer, but the sweetness and flavor is actually pretty good. So like, I would actually recommend this. Wow, the mango's really good. So honestly, I'm very impressed with this because this is actually delicious. So who knew, with the cauliflower rice making like a sweet, I mean, again, it's not like authentic sticky rice or anything, but it's got some of those flavors. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat this, and this along with my fifth water will round out our full day. All right, guys, so it's about 10 p.m. and I've officially completed all parts of the challenge. For my last two things, I just took my vitamin B12 supplement, so checking that box, and finished my last bottle of water. When you complete everything, there's a little yellow star that pops up that I just learned just right now because today's the first day I've actually completed all of it. I know for me, there's been a couple days I've done it so far, but haven't gotten all of the parts checked off. But doing the challenge today was really positive. I think that even though I eat pretty healthy on a regular basis, I think that this is just extra healthy. And even though I've been vegan for a long time and have a pretty good handle on what I'm doing in the kitchen, there are definitely days where I don't hit all of these different categories. So even doing tonight like this, that random cauliflower rice porridge or whatever it was that I made, I would have never put that together had I not been specifically trying to include all of those things. And it ended up working out really well, and I'm not even lying. I might make that just as like a regular recipe rotation, especially since it got a lot of those really like maybe tougher to get categories. So I'm really happy with it. Part of the challenge is that you challenge 3 other people to complete it. People that I will be challenging on the Daily Dozen Challenge. First of all, I am gonna challenge Jake to do it. I don't know if that means he would do like a video on the channel or if he's just doing it, I guess, in his own personal life, and then maybe somehow we share it out, I don't know, in like a blog post or something. So I'm challenging Jake. Also, I'm challenging my friend Vince Leah, who does have a YouTube channel. I will link that channel below. He's pretty awesome, and I think this would be right up his alley. So Vince Leah, I'm challenging you, as well as another channel I've worked with in the past, Tiffany Marie. I'm challenging you to the Daily Dozen Challenge if you are interested to participate. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Like I said at the start, my cookbook Eat Simple is now available on Amazon as well. So if you hadn't purchased it already and maybe Amazon's a more convenient place for you, it's still in ebook form. The paperback book is coming at a later time. So that's an option for you. It's more flexibility, I suppose. So that is available there. I will also have the link below. In addition to these people who I'm challenging, I of course, you know, encourage you to give it a try if it's something that you think would benefit you. I know that for me, what I really like about doing it, even though this was my first day of just completing it fully, is that it focuses on the positive, eating high quality, nutrient dense foods. It's not saying, hey, you can't eat this and you can't eat that. But if you're following the challenge correctly and actually meeting all of these, you're gonna be pretty full just on these foods alone, which eliminates the bad stuff. For example, I could have eaten unhealthy food today, but I was plenty full and knew I had to get all these different nutrients in. That prevented me from overindulging in things that weren't good for me. Even though like I'm definitely feeling full from the food I ate today, I'm not like I'm hungry or anything. I also kind of feel just, I don't know if lighter is the right word, but I can tell physically already that it was a healthier day for me. So that part's really cool as well. So I definitely think it's something for me that I'm going to continue I'm trying to do more, especially after successfully completing all the parts today, and definitely think that's a good step for me to keep improving things. So on the App Store, if you just type in Daily Dozen, it pops up as Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen. I will put a link below to the website for it so you can help track foods that way, but overall I'm really happy with this app and do plan on using it more. I'm fairly new to the smartphone game. I ended up getting a smartphone earlier in this past school year after my old one, and the backup I had could not be replaced. The people at the store laughed at me for still having that particular phone. So I've had this one for a while, and a couple people I think have asked for a video related to what's on your minimalist smartphone, but to be honest, I still haven't really done a whole lot. I'm not in the mindset of being an avid smartphone user, so I'm not quite there yet. So me actually talking about this app means I really like it, since I haven't done much with apps at all. That's for a later time, I'll figure that out. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoy either minimalism or healthy living content, I do post 2 videos a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and you can actually check out some past videos over here or subscribe to the channel up here if you have not already done so. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.